Andy. Elijah, a year ago you were playing in Saginaw Valley State in front of maybe 2,500, and now you're playing in front of 110 in your first start at Central Michigan.
Sure. Yeah.
And I think you led us in tackles. I'm not sure about that, but I think you did. Just talk about that, about what that's like, and where Elijah Gordon is today.
Yeah.
I know you would like to have won the game, and it's tough to lose, but still, just talk about that, the contrast to where you're at now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a lot different scenery, different everything from resources to everything. First off, though, glory to God to allow myself to be in a position like this. But yeah, I mean, it's different. There's different distractions. It's a different environment. It's obviously a lot of hard work and stuff that put into it. But at the end of the day, it's just football and playing with my brothers, and there's nowhere else I'd rather be than here.
And then playing today in Michigan Stadium, you probably grew up a Michigan fan, as any kid in Michigan typically does.
Yeah.
Just can you go to there and talk about that a little
bit? No, I got deep memories coming with my dad and being very, very young and just kind of seeing it, and obviously you're wide-eyed and you wish to play in it someday, and obviously I didn't think that's what God had in store for me when I went to Saginaw Valley necessarily. But everybody's path is different, and to be here is just the coolest thing, and I'm glad I was able to play, but obviously wanted a much different result.
Angel, it looked like the offensive line kind of settled in, or like it seems like you guys maybe were a little bit better at managing the pocket and like kind of keeping them off from pinning their ears back in the second half. Was that a little bit maybe like quarterback run game? You got things kind of 11 on 11, and did that help, or just kind of how did things maybe get a little bit better for the offensive operation and kind of holding up in the pocket and creating avenues in the run game?
Yeah, I definitely think that the quarterback run game helped a lot in terms of being able to fit guys up and not allow them to get back to the quarterback. But we came into halftime just kind of game planning and letting guys know like, hey, we can play with them and we can go out there, and just because it's Michigan, we don't have to let down or anything like that. So I know that gave them a ton of confidence going back out there. So I definitely think those two things.
And then on that drive right before the half, I'm guessing you probably wanted to go for it and try and get a touchdown. Just what was that? I mean, was it kind of like we're going to kick this and get the points? And was there any discussion there about that?
Yeah, we knew we were going to get the ball in the second half. So go ahead and take the points and come back in halftime. Yeah.
I wanted to ask both of you guys about the environment. Elijah, you already mentioned it a little bit, but what was it like playing here for you guys, and how can you learn stuff? What stuff can you take from this game to apply to the conference schedule coming up?
Yeah, I mean, I'll speak first because it'll be quick. It's a lot different for the defense and offensive side of the ball. He had to probably deal with it a lot more than I did. I'm sure we'll see the worst of it when we get back to Mount Pleasant, and all of a sudden the crowd will be on going when I'm on defense, and it'll be a little different from a communication standpoint. But pretty quiet for us for the most part, so it wasn't too much of a struggle for defense.
Yeah, just to touch on the atmosphere, Trinkle and the rest of the coaching staff did an amazing job throughout practice, just making the environment really difficult within practice, turning up the crowd noise and a bunch of speakers all the way. So it was very difficult to talk in practice, and honestly, it was a lot easier to talk here. So I definitely think they did a tremendous job in preparing us. Obviously, it's Michigan. It's an amazing atmosphere, and extremely thankful and blessed to be able to play with my brothers here.
Yeah, do you think that'll translate as the conference goes?
Yeah, no doubt.
I wanted to ask both of you guys, just what is kind of the personal message that you guys have for yourselves moving forward for the season?
Yeah, obviously it's hard to kind of compartmentalize right now after the loss, but I think we've made a big emphasis this week, even after the Pitt loss, just to focus on kind of what we can control. There's a lot of there's 11 guys on the ball at once, and there's then 22, and then 66 on special teams. So just what can we do as individuals to put ourselves in the best spot moving forward, and just kind of controlling that day by day. And if you take care of the small things, the big things will take care of themselves as well. So.
Yeah, no doubt. Just to touch on that, definitely think that just treating it each week, taking it 1 week at a time, just being able to go day by day and not looking too forward ahead. Our coaches do a great job in putting us in positions to be successful. So just really trusting our training and trusting our coaches that they'll be able to put us in, like I said, the best positions to make us successful on the field.
If you don't mind speaking about Michigan's offense. They had a lot of success running the ball,
Yeah.
including with the quarterback. Was that something you had seen on tape that they just executed well, or were there
Yeah.
some wrinkles there? Maybe?
I mean, I thought procedurally they were really, really good today. I think they kind of simplified their offense in a little way. Like we had seen a lot of different looks from them in the first 2 games, and we were more than prepared for the exotic looks they'll come out in and then shift to and trade to, and they'll try to get you thinking a lot before the play. I thought they kind of were a little more simplistic in some of the formations they did and stuff, and then they just execute to a T. Obviously, they are extremely talented, and I thought that we did what we could. I thought effort was good. I thought communication was good defensively. Obviously, you're going to get the missing assignments, some critical areas that you want back to get this game closer than it was. But, yeah, I mean, they're extremely talented, and running football is what they do, and that's what they did.
Well, for you again, Angel, something that Coach had talked about after last week, he blamed himself for it. Of you guys had some procedural errors like false starts or either missed assignments, things like that were he kind of attributed to playing on the road, being in front of a tough crowd. He said today the operation was a lot cleaner. I mean, you guys obviously didn't go well, but like weren't committing false starts. The call was getting in. You were able to did you feel that when you were out there? Like it's operating, and that's just what happened.
Yeah, the operation definitely felt a lot cleaner in terms of comparing it to the first 2 weeks. He came into the team meeting and he put everything on himself. Coach Trinkle is a guy that takes all the blame, so he went in and told us like, hey, this was on me and these mistakes are my fault, and he did a great job during practice and just making sure that we're lined up in the right formations, doing the things correct, and so yeah, he did a good job.
So, Angel, you play in the 3-quarterback system, obviously, without one of your teammates today. Tell me a little bit about how finding out Jaden was hurt this late into the week affects you mentally, and how you had to kind of adapt to the new snap count that you were taking this week.
Yeah, just when I heard about Jaden, I prayed for him. Jaden's an unbelievable player, but not just an unbelievable player, but a good person as well. He's very talented, and he's gonna do really good. Just I don't know. In terms of taking more of the snap counts, it's like you're a competitor. You want to be on the field at all times. So just trying to embrace that role as much as I can and be able to lead from the front with all my teammates. But definitely praying for Jaden, and he'll be all right.
Angel, the Michigan defense, they hope to be one of the best in the country. I guess, how were things out there on the field as far as how quickly they moved? And I'm sure there's some plays you want back, but were they, I guess, as good as advertised? Yeah,
they're a great defense. Just how twitchy and guys played well and got to their assignments. But we also have really good guys that were able to go up against them, so proud of them. And yep.
Anything else?
Oh, last one, Angel. I think that a month ago, or maybe even 3 weeks ago, a lot of people would have said, this team's going to be probably 1-2 after 3 games because you had to go to Pitt, you had to come here, play 2 really good football teams, and now you kind of turn a corner. You're essentially a quarter of the way through the season at this point. What's the morale like? And I mean, do you feel like you guys, okay, we got through these first couple of weeks, now let's turn the corner and go under a new coach, a lot of new here. You're new. Elijah's new. I mean, do you guys feel like you've really kind of gelled and learned over these 3 weeks and taken the steps that you wanted to take to this point?
Yeah, I feel like we took a tremendous jump from where we were from the beginning of the season to now. Just even in terms of the locker room, just guys are more in tune and comfortable with each other, getting closer with each other. We're going to battle every week with each other. So it's now, I trust this guy more, I trust this guy more. So in terms of hitting that corner, I think we're in a really good position to be able to be successful throughout the rest of the season.